Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's video, we're going to be making a really fun stepper card using the Whimsical Village collection from Spellbinders. This style of card will work with anything that you've already got in your stash, so don't feel that you need this to create a stepper card. I'm going to show you the basics of how to make the stepper card, and then I'm going to show you how I've decorated it using the Whimsical Village collection. So first of all, I've created a US sized card. This is an A2 card, so it's 4¼ by 5½ inches. And then I've got the other half of the sheet of letter paper. So this is 5½ inches wide by 8¼ inches long. And what you're going to need to do is score it at 1/2 inch, 2½ inches, 4½ inches, 5¾ inches, 7 inches, and then 7¾ inches. And you're going to fold these score lines, mountain fold, valley fold, mountain fold, valley fold, and so on, until you end up with a piece that looks like this. And then what you're going to need to do is attach it to your A2 card blank. Now there's two ways you can do it. You can attach it on the outside, or you can tuck that flap underneath. And that's how I'm going to attach mine. Obviously you'll see that join inside the card, but it makes the card a lot more sturdier and it stands up much better. Before I attach it though, I am going to do some ink blending on my card front just to add some background interest. Of course you could apply pattern paper here, you could use layering stencils, or you could always attach a blended layer to your card front. But I'm just ink blending directly onto the card here. I've popped a piece of copy paper on the inside just so that I don't get any ink on the inside of my card. And then I'm using the Waffle Flower background blender brushes to do my ink blending. So I'm starting off with blue raspberry, which is a slightly darker blue. And then I'm going to add blue sky as well and blend those two inks together. I find the Waffle Flower background blender brushes are just brilliant for getting a really smooth ink blend. And what I really love about the Gina K Designs inks is that as they dry, they really smooth out and they look airbrushed, so you get a really good finish. I'm just using some jelly bean green here to add some grass effect to the bottom of the card panel, and then that will be the background finished. Of course, if you've got layering stencils that would create a scene, or you wanted to add some stamping detail here, you definitely could do that as well. But I wanted to keep it nice and plain and just have those inks blended together. So next we're going to attach that stepper part of the card to our card base. I'm going to use some red line tape here and also some liquid glue. That's just going to mean that it's going to stick straight away while the liquid glue dries as well. And it's going to be doubly stuck, it's not going to move anywhere. If you struggle to get the backing tape off your red line tape, just use a bone fold, give it some extra pressure, and then I just find it's a lot easier then to remove the backing tape. I'm going to add the liquid glue as well. And then you're going to fold your card base out and join that right up to the score line. So you want the score line to still be able to fold, so you just want to make sure that that panel is right up to that score line. And this is how it will look. So make sure that's stuck down, it's nice and straight. Make sure that there's been good pressure all along the score line, and then you can see how the stepper card is coming together now. So the next thing I'm going to do is decorate the front panels of the stepper card. And for that, I'm going to use some jelly bean green cardstock from Gina K Designs. And I've embossed it using the Whimsical Skies 3D embossing folder that's part of the collection. And each of these strips is 5½ inches long. And then the first one is 2 inches. The second one is 1¼ inches. And the third one is 3/4 inch. So these are all 5½ inches long. Then to stick those in place, I'm just going to add some liquid glue. Using liquid glue just means that you've got more wiggle room, but you can use double-sided tape if you prefer here. I'm using some Burley Arts liquid glue to stick these down. I started by adding the glue to the embossed panels, but you can equally just add it to the panel on the card base, and then that way you know that you've got glue in the right area. And then we can start decorating it with our little houses. Now, I die cut all these and glued them together off camera. I didn't think you'd want to see that. They're really easy to put together, and you can mix and match the doors and the roofs so that you get a lot of variety, even though there is just 5 house shapes. So I've used holographic cardstock for the roofs and the doors and the windows. And then I used Gina K Designs inks to ink blend white cardstock so that we've got this rainbow of houses. I just found that was the easiest way to create these, but of course you could use coloured cardstock if you prefer. So I'm just going to play around with the arrangement here and just work out where I want them to be. I really want them to have that staggered look, and I am going to stick some directly to the back of the card panel as well. You do want to make sure that the roofs don't overhang the top of the card base, so I'm making sure that those taller houses are tucked down enough. And then I'm just going to apply glue to the bases of some of the other houses and stick those to that layer in the middle. And then you're going to get this like 3-4 tiered effect of houses. And it's just a great way of staggering the design. Also within the die set, you get these little fences. So I'm going to add a few of those to some of the houses at the front. I'm going to add the clouds to the background as well, along with the sun die. So there's so many different ways that you could decorate these cards. I haven't used any foam tape on this today, but you could definitely add foam tape if you want some extra dimension. For the sun, I've just used some sweet mango and some marigold ink from Gina Designs, or wild dandelion, sorry. And then I've glued those together, and then I'm going to add that extra cloud as well so that the sun's kind of peeking out. You could turn this into a night scene as well, because the die set does include a moon. So that's a really fun way of changing the look completely. You've also got the cat and dog die as well. So I'm going to add those. I'm just using some Ohuhu alcohol markers just to colour those die cuts in. There's a separate little nose piece for the dog, which I changed my mind and coloured it black. And I'm also going to colour the cat in black as well, just so that it looks like my cat. And then once I've stuck those onto the front of the card, I wanted to add a bit of foliage. Now, there is a coordinating die set called Whimsical Blooms that goes with this collection, but unfortunately I don't have that one. So I'm going to use the trees from the Trails End die set, which was from this summer camp collection. And I'm just going to add a few of those trees behind the houses. So I'm just playing around with the layout to work out where I want the trees to go. And I decide I'm going to trim off some of the trunk, and then I can just sit that behind the houses and tuck it in so that the tree's kind of poking up above the rooftops. I'm going to do the same with the other trees as well. And again, just tuck that in behind the houses. And then this one at the front, I'm going to pop it to the side of the house. So this was just a really nice way of adding some foliage. However, if you do have the flowers that go with the Whimsical Village collection, which are called Whimsical Blooms, they would work really well with this collection. I'm going to add the sentiment, home is where your heart is. That's from the Whimsical Wishes stamp set. And I'm just going to cut that down so that it fits nicely in between the houses on the back row. And then that'll be the card finished for today. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that you've enjoyed seeing this come together. I think it's such a cute card. It looks gorgeous in real life. It stands up beautifully. It's got so much dimension and interest, plenty of space inside to write your message. And yeah, I really had a lot of fun with this. But I'm sure you can come up with ways to decorate a card like this using products that you've already got in your own stash. So as always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think to this card. As always, all the products that I've used today will be linked in the description box below. If you do use any of those links, they are affiliate links, and I really appreciate it when you do choose to use those. I just earn a small commission from that, which really just helps me continue making content for YouTube. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to see more from me, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Take care.